Hi, welcome, and this is Casey again with Larry Tales. I wanted to talk today about my hands-free device that I'm wearing right now. The hands-free device is from Atos. It is a small little plastic circle that fits on a specialized HME, and the HME sits inside a Lary tube, and the Lary tube sits on my stoma. And inside my stoma, with my TEP, I can breathe without using my hands. So what happens is that automatically the diaphragm, if I breathe out a certain extent, the diaphragm closes, and that moves the air back into my TP, and then I can talk without using my hands. I have some list of pros and cons for this device, but all in all, I love it. I'm an Italian guy, and I like to use my hands when I talk. So let's go for the list of the pros and cons. The first pro is, obviously, your hands are free. Your hands are free to do what you want, move around, talk, describe things, hey, look over there, without touching the HME to be able to talk. And you seem like a normal person with other people, and you seem like a normal person with yourself. And when I go out and I have to press my HME to talk, a lot of times people stare at me, not at me, don't know I'm a laryngectomy patient. And, that can get a little bit upsetting sometimes, and people don't know how to respond. But if you are covering your neck with a scarf or a collar, they can't tell you're a laryngectomy, and you just kind of sound like you have a cold. The second pro is that you're able to communicate immediately. Someone talks to you, go right back in. There is a sound that the diaphragm makes when it closes, but again, if you're covering that up, people can really hear it. And, if you really project as a TEP user, you can get over that initial, closing of the diaphragm to really just ask you a question, boom, right back out to you. You don't have to, wait to touch your HME to talk. Another thing is that you forget about having to press your stoma, and you just worry about your articulation. I think a lot of people who have their larynx take advantage of that because they don't have to worry about getting the air up to talk. So you can really worry about articulating. With using your hands helps you articulate. I'm an actor, so using my hands while I act is just the normal thing I do, and I can really use my hands to articulate and really get out what I want to say. One is you're free to move around and play sports. My son has been playing baseball, and if I toss the ball up and I hit it, I say Liam, or I say Joey, or I say them. I don't have to press that to say it because I have a ball and a bat in my hand, so I can't say it unless I go throw it up, and Joey missed the ball. So I can play baseball, do sports, and I don't have to press anything. I can just manually say it. Those are the good things. There are some downsides. Putting in a Lary button stinks. It's not fun. I don't like it. I know that's important as a laryngectomy patient that we do put in Lary buttons and Lary tubes to make sure that our stomas stay in nice shape, stay open. Totally get that. But they suck being put in, at least for me. I have been using a lidocaine roll-on, which has been working. It's an over-counter lidocaine, and that seems to be helping a little bit, but it's also very painful. I don't know about my stoma, but I put it in and my whole neck hurts, my arms hurt. It's a lot. So if you're not, cool with putting things in your neck and your airway, it can be very painful. Another downside is that your tissue must be strong. So again, laryngectomy patients are laryngectomy patients typically because they've had cancer. And before your larynx is removed, a lot of people have radiation and chemo. And if the radiation and chemo have damaged the tissue in the area, then you can't put in a Lary tube or a Lary button or have an HME. So it's a very special case that you can do all of those, and your tissue has to be good and strong. A third downside is that your button can pop out. Now, I know some people have dealt with this as Larry's, that you talk and suddenly your button pops out and you're breathing or stuff's coming out, and it can be a little bit embarrassing. So you kind of have to be careful that it doesn't breathe too heavy and it pops out, and being like, hi, my name's and pops out. The last downside is that, well, sometimes it's hard to breathe. Because if you're running around or playing sports or doing anything, you can't exhale all that air out, because if you try to big exhale, it blocks it and goes in your mouth. So the thing you have to do is you have to take it off catch your breath. So that can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. And if you have to cough, you're going to cough all your stuff into the button, so you have to take that out to cough. So those are the downsides, but that's, again, that's nothing to be able to use your hands and be somewhat normal, whatever that means. But I do have to say that as a laryngectomy, if you can do a TP with a hands-free device, do it. It's really great. And if you want any help doing it, please let me know. Comment down below. You can Instagram me or find me on Facebook. Happy to help you. And shout out to Dana at UCI for setting me up with this, and Reagan from Mitos. Thank you so much. Take care.
Than me. Now how can this be? I said just keep